Hi, a very good evening, viewers. I'm Rashika. This is the news live at 9 p.m. on Sansad television. In this bulletin, we get you detailed news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines of the day. Prime Minister Modi inaugurates Kartavya Path, unveils Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose statue and revamps Central Vista Avenue. Modern health infrastructure top priority of government, says Prime Minister Modi at mega medical camp in Surat, emphasizes awareness efforts on disease prevention. India and Japan to step up cooperation in defense and technology. 2+2 ministerial talks in Tokyo focus on decentralization of supply chain in Indo-Pacific region. Following Corps Commander level meeting, Indian and Chinese troops begin disengagement at the Gogra Hot Springs in Ladakh after 2 years. America increases military aid to Ukraine and European countries, approves additional assistance of $675 million to Ukraine, $2 billion to Europe. A look at the important stories of the day. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurates conference of the Indian Council for Research on International Economic Relations. Says bringing down inflation can't be the sole responsibility of the centre. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan urges American institutes to partner with India in education and skilling. Government to set up 300 cargo terminals under PM Gati Shakti framework over the next 4 to 5 years. Coal Ministry amends Mineral Concession Rules 1960 to decriminalize provisions. Supreme Court to hear petitions challenging Citizen Amendment Act on 12 September. Over 200 challenged the 2019 Act. Results of Level 6 post of all 21 railway recruitment boards declared. 7,109 candidates selected for post of commercial, apprentice and station master. In first major security assistance to Pakistan in 4 years, US approves $450 million F-16 fighter jet fleet sustainment program. 21 COVID cases reported in Beijing, 3 cases reported in a high school, rest at a university. Queen Elizabeth's doctors concerned over her health. 96-year-old monarch dodged by health issues since last October. Second suspect in Canada stabbing Miles Sanderson dies after arrest. Sanderson and his brother allegedly killed 10 people and injured 18 others on Sunday. Now news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated the Kartavya Path in New Delhi, the newly renamed stretch of road from Rashtrapati Bhavan to India Gate, earlier known as Rajpath. Addressing the spectacular ceremony, Prime Minister Modi said that history has been created with the inauguration of Kartavya Path today. He said with this move, Rajpath or Kingsway, which was a symbol of colonialism, has been erased forever. Congratulating the people, he said that a new era has begun as we have got rid of another symbol of colonialism. The entire stretch has been revamped under the Modi government's Central Vista redevelopment project.
आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में देश को आज एक नई प्रेरणा मिली है, नई ऊर्जा मिली है। गुलामी का प्रतीक किंग्सवे यानी राजपथ आज से इतिहास की बात हो गया है, हमेशा के लिए मिट गया है। आज कर्तव्य पथ के रूप में नए इतिहास का सृजन हुआ है।
Prime Minister Modi also unveiled a 28 feet tall statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose at India Gate and offered floral tribute to the iconic leader of Indian freedom struggle.
सुभाष चंद्र बोस ऐसे महामानव थे जो पद और संसाधनों की चुनौती से परे थे। उनकी स्वीकार्यता ऐसी थी कि पूरा विश्व उन्हें नेता मानता था। उनमें साहस था, स्वाभिमान था, उनके पास विचार थे, विजन था, उनके नेतृत्व की क्षमता थी, नीतियां थी।
Prime Minister Modi interacted with the sculptors who made the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He also said that all Shramveers working on the redevelopment project of Central Vista will be invited to the Republic Day parade. Prime Minister Modi reviewed the development work being carried out under the Central Vista redevelopment project. He also visited an exhibition on revamped Central Vista Avenue. A spectacular array of lights and colors of the Indian flag were on display at the Central Vista ahead of the inauguration of Kartavya Path by Prime Minister Modi this evening. With the opening of the redeveloped, beautiful green stretch of the road from India Gate to Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi has got an iconic landmark. Here are some breathtaking visuals. Prime Minister Modi said that apart from building health infrastructure, the government is equally focusing on spreading awareness about preventive care. Addressing a mega medical camp at Oplad in Surat district through video conferencing, the Prime Minister said that better health is a gateway for a better future. He said the government is giving utmost priority to health and encouraging people's participation in the health sector. Modi said that there was huge expansion of health and medical infrastructure in Gujarat in the past 2 decades. He also said that India has become the 5th largest economy in the world and this is not an ordinary achievement.
बीते वर्षों में हमने हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ साथ जन जागरूकता पर, बीमारियों से बचाव पर, बीमारियों को गंभीर होने से रोकने पर विशेष बल दिया है। आज पूरे गुजरात में भी मल्टी स्पेशलिटी अस्पतालों का सशक्त नेटवर्क तैयार हुआ है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the inauguration ceremony of Kalmano Carnival Book Fair organized by Navbharat Sahitya Mandir in Ahmedabad via video message. Prime Minister Modi said the book fair has become a platform for new and young writers and is helping in expanding the literature and knowledge of Gujarat.
बदलते समय के साथ किताबों को पढ़ने की हमारी आदत बनी रहे, ये बहुत जरूरी है। फिर किताबें चाहे फिजिकल फॉर्म में हो या डिजिटल फॉर्म में।
India and Japan held their 2+2 talks in Tokyo on Thursday. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar had discussions with their Japanese counterparts. The meeting comes at a time when Russia is holding a major multinational military exercise in its Far East, with China and India participating. Here are all the details.
India and Japan will soon hold combat exercises together for the first time to further strengthen their military ties. The statement was made during a 2+2 defense and foreign ministers meeting held between India and Japan in Tokyo to discuss further bilateral ties in areas such as security and foreign affairs amid growing tension from China and Russia in the region.
Enhancing the defense equipment and technological cooperation between India and Japan is one of our key priority areas. In our meeting today, I had the opportunity to propose engagements in emerging and critical technological domains.
The meeting comes at a sensitive time when Russia is holding a major multinational military exercise in its Far East with China and India participating. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar affirmed India's support in promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific vision that Japan promotes with the United States as part of the Quad framework that also includes Australia to counter China's assertiveness in the region.
Together, we are also poised to take forward the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative, Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Domain Awareness, and the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, amongst others.
Japan hopes to expand military equipment transfers to back up its defense industry as the country tries to bolster its military capability and spending as deterrents to growing threats from China, Russia and North Korea. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
On a visit to US, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal met with the CEO of Applied Materials, which is one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world. Piyush Goyal met with Gary Dickerson, President and CEO of Applied Materials during his visit to the Made in Technology Center. They discussed ways to further strengthen India's semiconductor, display and solar manufacturing ecosystems. Piyush Goyal also interacted with the Indian diaspora in San Francisco. He said that Indian diaspora have a very important role to play in India's journey towards becoming a developed nation by its 100 years of independence in 2047. He also said that India has a vibrant startup ecosystem today, while emphasizing on the need for more opportunities for Indian startup ideas to reach out to the global market.
A very important role you all play. You have a unique positioning as the connect between the two. And I must say we're grateful for all the good work that you're doing. And I do look forward to your continuing this effort and this engagement to bridge India and the United States businesses, people-to-people contact. On a government-to-government level, I can tell you we've never been stronger allies or partners than we are now with the United States.
Union Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah has said that the government has decided to establish 3 lakh primary agricultural credit societies in the next 5 years. He said this while inaugurating a 2-day National Conference of State Corporation Ministers in New Delhi. Amit Shah said that a committee has been constituted to draft National Cooperative Policy for Holistic Development. The policy's focus area will be free registration, computerization and democratic elections. Amit Shah said that focus will also be on ensuring active membership, professionalism and transparency.
पैक्स का कंप्यूटराइजेशन, मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव स्टेट के कानून में हम बहुत बड़े बदलाव ला रहे हैं, आप लोगों से चर्चा हो गई है। मॉडल बायलॉज भी हम ला रहे हैं, राष्ट्रीय सहकारिता विश्वविद्यालय बना रहे हैं, राष्ट्रीय सहकारी डेटा बैंक बना रहे हैं, एक एक्सपोर्ट हाउस भी बना रहे हैं, ऑर्गेनिक एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट को बेचने के लिए एक मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी बना रहे हैं और बीज उत्पादन के लिए भी हम एक कोऑपरेटिव बनाने जा रहे हैं।
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said that foundation of India's economic development lies in our villages and contribution by every person in the village will further strengthen India's economy. Vice President arrived in his ancestral village, Kithana, in Junjunu district in Rajasthan today. He attended a felicitation ceremony organized by people there. Noting that India has become the 5th largest economy in the world, Vice President said that the day is not far when India will be in the 3 major economies of the world. He also urged farmers to focus more on horticulture and tree plantation. It is Dhankar's first visit to the state after being elected as the Vice President. He reached Kithana by helicopter and was accorded a warm welcome by the local people. He visited a school and offered prayers at a temple during his visit. Vice President Dhankar also laid the foundation stone of a new building at Mahatma Gandhi Government School and interacted with students. Now let's take a look at more news from across the nation. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid obeisance at the Dargah of Sufi saint Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti at Ajmer. Sheikh Hasina was given a red carpet welcome at the Dargah where she performed ziyarat. India successfully test-fired the surface-to-air quick reaction missile system from the integrated test range at Chandipur. According to DRDO, 6 tests of this missile system were conducted successfully. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Thursday said that the Reserve Bank will have to be more synchronized with the fiscal policy in taming inflation. Inflation management cannot be singularly left to the monetary policy that has proved inefficient in many countries, she said at a seminar organized by economic think tank ICRIER. The Finance Ministry will begin the exercise to prepare Union Budget 2023-24 from October 10th. The Union Budget is likely to be presented on 1st February 2023 by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The National Testing Agency declared the National Eligibility cum Entrance Test Undergraduate Result 2022. Rajasthan girl Tanishka bagged top position in the NEET UG 2022, followed by Vatsa Ashish Batra and Rishikesh Nagbhushan. Now, time for a break in the bulletin. On the other side, watch how an escaped chimpanzee is brought back to the zoo in Kharkiv.
बहाउल्लाह का एक मूल सिद्धांत यह है कि एकता की रोशनी इतनी व्यापक है कि वह पूरे संसार को घेर सकती है और प्रज्वलित कर सकती है। ऐसे शिक्षणों को और ऐसे सत्यों को देखने के लिए आप हमारा प्रोग्राम देखिए एकम सत्य संसद टीवी पे।
We will take a closer look at India's multifaceted ties with Bangladesh.
Independent Bangladesh's relation is based on a shared, history of our liberation war.
What more can be done to boost trade and investment?
Trade, business and investment within two countries has, I think, reached to a level where with this particular structure and mechanism, we can't go to the second layer.
Welcome back to the news. Now time for updates from Russia-Ukraine war front. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced major new military aid worth more than $2 billion for Ukraine and other European countries threatened by Russia. The announcement came during his unscheduled visit to Kyiv on Thursday. Blinken said the aid would be in long-term foreign military financing to Ukraine and 18 of its neighbors, including NATO members and regional security partners, that are potentially threatened by Russia. US has also announced additional military aid to Ukraine worth up to $675 million. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said at a conference in Ramstein, Germany, that the package includes howitzer, artillery munitions, Humvees, armored ambulances, anti-tank systems, and much more. With this, the total US aid to Ukraine has reached $15.2 billion since Biden took office. Russian President Vladimir Putin slammed US-led Western sanctions and stated that Russia will phase out its use of the US dollar, the euro, and the British pound. Speaking during the preliminary session of the 7th Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, Putin said that the world is losing confidence in these currencies. He also stated that Russia would be sidelining the US dollar and pound, as he said the unreliable currencies had been undermining the foundations of the world economic system. Heavy fighting erupted in areas near the Russian-occupied Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces said on Thursday that some villages near the plant were bombed over the past 24 hours by tanks, mortars, barrel and jet artillery. On Wednesday, Kyiv warned it might have to shut down the plant to avoid a radiation disaster. The United States has accused Russia of running filtration operations in Ukraine and providing lists of Ukrainians to be forced to move to areas of Russian control. The US said that it has information that members of President Vladimir Putin's administration are overseeing so-called filtration operations. US Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, told the UN Security Council that estimates from a variety of sources, including Moscow, indicate that Russian authorities have interrogated, detained and forcibly deported between 9 lakh and 1.6 million Ukrainians to Russia. Now let's take a look at some of the global updates of the day. Taiwan hosted another delegation of the US Congress on Thursday. It is being led by Democratic Party member Stephanie Murphy. This meeting between the leaders of America and Taiwan is taking place in the wake of increasing tensions between the two countries. It started in early August with the visit of Speaker of the US House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi. China strongly opposed this visit by intensifying its military exercises directed at Taiwan. Murphy is among lawmakers who introduced a bill that allows the US to arm Taiwan. Germany's industrial production decreased by 0.3% month-on-month in July as a result of high energy prices and the uncertainty brought by Russia-Ukraine conflict. We get you a detailed report.
German industry had a weak start to the third quarter as high energy prices continued to affect industrial production that reduced natural gas supplies, and uncertainty over the situation in Ukraine clouded economic prospects. Data released earlier showed that new manufacturing orders fell 1.1% in July from the previous month, the sixth consecutive month-on-month decline. Energy-intensive industries like chemicals also saw sharp production cuts, down 1.9% from a year earlier. The overall output in Germany's energy-intensive industries has fallen by 6.9% since February. Economists have been warning for some time that the German economy could slip into recession in this autumn and winter, with a drop in industrial production adding to the fears. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
Drone makers are building lighter, more flexible drones with greatly increased flying times. At the Drone X trade event in London, hydrogen is proving to be one of the most popular solutions to achieve increased range. Take a look.
The Drone X Trade Show is the UK's largest event dedicated to drones. This year's event sees global companies showing off their latest unmanned aerial vehicles. Israeli company Gatfin has a medical delivery drone that beats congested roads and delivers time-critical medical payloads to hospitals. Its hydrogen fuel cell gives it a working range of 250 kilometers. One of its most innovative features is its retractable wing system. For takeoff and landing, the wings retract, providing a safer and more reliable launch even in gusting winds. It can also be rapidly refueled. UK-based ISS Aerospace has a modular drone, the Census 8. With a 25 kg payload, the Census 8 can be rigged up with multiple sensors to harvest maximum data from a single flight mission. It is fitted with a hydrogen fuel cell and a large hydrogen cylinder to increase time spent in air. The Air Barrow drone of German company AeroTCS is a workhorse designed for cheap mass production. Its hydrogen fuel cell provides a range of 800 kilometers and a flight time of over 8 hours. Air Barrow can be used for mapping geographical features and detailed 3D maps of areas. Israeli firm Steadycopter has the Black Eagle 50 helicopter that has a maximum takeoff weight of 50 kg. This includes a 12 kg payload and a flight time of 5 hours. Steadycopter believes it will be suited to maritime applications. Danish company Nordic Wing has come up with a lightweight Asteroid drone that can be launched with hands. It can land on rugged ground and the wings detach on landing. The Berry helicopter of Romanian firm Stool Technologies can lift up to 80 kgs for up to 1 hour in the air. It can be used for crop spraying and even firefighting. Bureau Report, Sansad TV.
A chimpanzee escaped from a zoo in Kharkiv on Monday. The primate was seen leisurely roaming around the city's central Svobory Square. Thanks in part to the intervention of rain, a keeper was eventually able to recapture the chimp and return it to the facility, but it took some time. One maneuver to capture it failed. But then it started raining. The chimpanzee was evidently not happy about the prospect of getting drenched. The keeper enticed the chimp into donning her jacket and hugging her. Both reportedly returned to the zoo on a bicycle. Now look at today's sports stories. India have set a target of 213 for Afghanistan in an inconsequential Asia Cup Super 4 match being played in Dubai. Both the teams have lost 2 matches each in the Super 4s and thus have been eliminated from the race for the final. Virat Kohli has scored an international 100 after almost 3 years. Kohli looked in prime form, hitting his first 100 in T20 International. The former Indian captain scored 122 not out of just 61 balls with 6 sixes and 12 fours. In an exciting match played at Shah last night, Pakistan needed 11 runs from the last over. Their number 10 batter Naseem Shah hit 2 consecutive sixes to only take his team to the final, but also end the hopes for Afghanistan as well as India. Australia defeated New Zealand by 113 runs in the second ODI of the series played at Cairns. Australia could put only 195 for 9 batting first. Their bowlers, however, blew away New Zealand for a mere 82 to score a massive win. Adam Zamba took 5 for 35. After defeating Rafael Nadal in the 4th round, Francis Tiafoe continues to impress at the US Open. 22nd seed American defeated 9th seed Russian Andrei Rublev in straight sets 7-6, 7-6, 6-4. Third seed Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz came from 1 set to 2 down to reach the semi-finals of the US Open being played in New York. Alcaraz defeated 11th seed Italian Yannick Sinner 6-3, 6-7, 6-7, 7-5, 6-3. That's all in today's news. Keep watching Sansad Television for latest updates. Good night.